people, I'm the Blue Dragon and welcome to my channel. This week's video shows you my comic sketching process. I start with a script I've written out, then recently I've started making little thumbnails that are better than the script drawings. You could see whenever I showed you an example of my script how I have little comic pages written to the left. Recently, because those in my early days of scripting things out weren't very detailed, I have started thumbnailing in addition to the poorly directioned thumbnail. Like, I have directions within the script saying what I want to be or who I want in that panel, but it hasn't been until recently, or I should say several scripts in, that I started actually drawing little thumbnails inside the script with more detail so that I know exactly what I want to happen. And this, holy crap, you guys, or gals, people, whatever preferred nomenclature you have. By the way, nomenclature is the word of Wednesday. What I'm trying to get at is, holy crap, this act was written over a decade ago. Now, I've done some script doctoring on it, so it's changed a little bit, but oh my gosh, like my notes on Act 6, it's from 2008, the summer of 2008 is when I was working on that. So just to give you guys a wow. Just to give you an idea, I have lots of material to go off of, so if you guys like long-running comic series, yeah, I've got so much material to go off of. I just earlier this month scripted out Act 29, and to give you an idea of how long this first installment of the Crystal Lotus Chronicles is, Act 29, I would say, according to my notes, is probably 3/4 of the way through Dark Horse. I'm getting very close to finishing up my scripting for this first series of the comic. So I have at least 4 series that I plan to write out if I can do it before I die. I need to get on it with this. Yeah, there's a lot of story still, and one of my goals for 2019 is to not only finish scripting up Dark Horse, but also I want to build my buffer up, because in the past, right now I am not gainfully employed. I am kind of I'm unemployed, I'm doing some freelance stuff. I've been working on these videos, so that's something that I've been working on, but up until this point, I have had several extremely full-time jobs. I'm not trying to get a pity party or anything, but I have had periods of time where I was unable to update Dark Horse. So what my plan is, since right now I'm unemployed and I have a lot more time to work on things like these videos and drafting and writing and things of that nature, I have a goal set for myself of actually sketching and inking and having, screen toning and everything, at least 104 pages of this story before the end of this year. And I know it seems a little daunting, but like this sketch, I've had this obviously sped up quite a bit, but this sketch took me a little over an hour to do, so it's certainly something that's doable if I just set how many pages I want to get done for a day, which I've actually got at least 4 or 5 of Act 5 sketched out and ready to ink, so it's certainly doable within even a short period of time. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update on that, because this comic is going to be updating on a regular basis. I don't know if I'm going to have like 52 of those pages be Act 5 through 6, because I keep saying Act 6, I think, but I'm actually on Act 5. Act 5 is about to wrap up here, is why I was looking ahead in my notes. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to have 52 be of the current act that is updating on Comic Theory, and then 52 of those pages be for the revamp, which is updating on Tapas, Jeeves, and my personal website, which I just got up and running this year. All the links are in the description if you want to check out the main website that I'm going to start directing people to. It's still under construction, but it's fully functional. Like, you can read the comics and stuff, and I have like a little blurb about the construction that's going on over there. But yeah, so just to reassure people who are reading and coming over here from like my comic sites, I do have a long-term plan and goal for this year to make sure that I have at least either A, year's worth of the 2 sites updates, or B, 2 years worth of the current act on Comic Theory, and then having whatever kind of buffer I can do for the Act 2 revamp, which is really important because I'm having my website that I just opened only update with the revamp, because I don't want to be in the same quandary I am over at Comic Fury, where I'm mixing up acts, so I can't just, like with Act 1, I was able to just delete the old poorly drawn page and upload the new page. I can't do that with Act 2 and 3 because I'm combining those acts. So the Act 2 is going to be the whole revamp thing is very important for me, and that's all you're going to see on the new site and on Tapas and Smack Jeeves. And as soon as I get it done, it'll be updated on Comic Fury too. I know I've talked about that a little bit in some of my other videos. Now, if by shameless self-plug here, shameless, but if my Patreon page reaches $150, I don't foresee that happening in the near future, but if that happens, I do have it as a promise, as one of my goals, to actually update 2 times a week. So these plans may change, and if they do, then I will try. I'll try to build that buffer up to be 4 years, I guess. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. So this video is a little longer than some of the other videos I have been uploading, and the reason why is because it does take me a heck of a lot longer to sketch, for obvious reasons, than it does for me to, go in and ink, basically. You're tracing, but that's certainly not to act as though tracing isn't like an art skill in and of itself. Certainly not when I do it, but like when a professional comic book inker gets in there. I just keep thinking of Chasing Amy and how much Jason Lee's character was constantly defending himself. He's like, I'm not a tracer, I'm an inker. If you haven't seen that film and you're of age, you should probably go check it out. It's pretty good. I've since gone back and rewatched it, and I actually appreciate it more, especially like, working on comics and like getting more into, obviously in no way on a professional level, but watching people discuss the comic industry and, getting more into it. I definitely appreciate that movie a heck of a lot more now than I did when I first saw it, like back in high school. My cousin and I, she's like my hetero life partner, and we watched like all the Jay and Silent Bob movies. So anyway, I kind of went off on a tangent there. Oh well. But yeah, this video is a little longer because I did want to show that it does take quite a while to sketch these pages out. Obviously, it depends on how many panels there are. In some of my panels, I'm just trying to draw them teeny tiny, and it probably would be a better idea to just draw it on a separate piece of paper and then shrink it up. Oh well, I've never been known to make my life easier by doing anything of that nature. Yeah, so the sketching process, I know I probably also, I watch a lot of different art videos. Certainly not just comic videos, but, art channels in general, to see other people's process. And I'm one of those chicken scratch people that everybody's always like, don't do it this way, don't do it that way. And that is exactly how I do it. I'm not sure why. Like for some lines, I do, as you'll see in the video, some of them I'm able to more fluidly move, but other times, I don't know, I just feel more comfortable making short lines. Maybe it's because I'm not very self-assured as an artist, as a sketcher, or maybe it's just because I don't know. I have no explanation for it. Maybe it's because of the oddball way I hold my pencil. I've had teachers commenting, like when I was in school, they tried so hard to make me hold my pencil differently. You can see my hand, how I'm holding it, how I've got that finger just like, I don't even know what I do with my index finger. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, seeing, my sketching process. I'm by no means a professional. I never claimed to be, but that's all I really have time for this week, even though it's a longer video. If you guys like to watch me fumble through the sketch process, or if there's specifically something you like to watch more, go ahead and feel free to leave suggestions in the comments. Do that whole slew of liking, thumbing things, plugging and thumbing things. That's all I talk about in my videos. Boy, I'm gonna be a hot mess when I try to monetize this stuff. Anyway, do that if you feel like it. Hit the little bell thingy, ring a bell, if you want. So my question of the week this week, for those of you who draw or don't draw, I mean, what is your preferred method of quote unquote sketching? Is it, you know, with a pencil? Do you prefer to use, are they tablets, Wacom tablets? Okay, but do you prefer to do it like digitally sketching? Do you prefer the hands-on? Well, I mean, I guess they're both hands-on, but do you prefer to have the graphite? Or is there some other method I don't know about, or I'm not mentioning, that you prefer? Leave that in the comments if you like. Thank you all for listening. Peace and love. Fare you well, and keep on trucking. Boy, this outro is getting longer and longer.